Get this. This is trash. First off, if they ain't got no track record of a steady dividend, don't touch them. If you ain't investing in a company that's profitable, that's paying dividends, they're gonna be like AMC. Great. So if you would have bought it this 200 EMA, you would have been up 8%. Plus, you would have got paid dividends. What the dividend ex-dividend date was September 4th. You would have got paid 26 cents per share. That won't be your only profit, because as the share price appreciates, that's also another check. So if you don't own UPS before the X date, you won't get paid on this dividend. The same way the U.S. economy has been growing over the past 50 years, despite these corrections and pullbacks and crashes, the companies within SCHD, they have been just as resilient. And it's okay. This is how to find growing dividends. Go to FinViz, type in the ticker symbol, go to the bottom, and we're just gonna look at these numbers. It's gonna give you the last 10 years. What's good? Disciplined Diamond Hands back with another video, man. First thing first, I'm not a financial advisor, but I do have some disciplined diamond hands, and I do have some good advice on how to invest in the stock market. And today we're going to cover today the best dividend ETF and how to buy undervalued dividend stocks. But not only that, we're going to go over undervalued dividend stocks right now to buy. So we got 3 juicy things to get into. We're finna get into it now. I appreciate y'all for watching. The channel been growing, the views growing, subscribers growing. Appreciate y'all for the likes. I'm pretty sure y'all gonna learn a lot throughout this video. So let's just keep liking it up, and the more support y'all show, the more consistency I'm gonna show as well. And let's get into it. First thing first, I'm gonna just go through these slideshows so y'all can see the what I have before. If y'all want to skip through, you can already see what I'm about to go over and skip through it. First thing first though, let's start here. First thing first, why is SCHD great? Well, first, it holds 103 mature companies. All the companies have consistent dividends. All of them have great track records, and it's very diversified. Then we're going to go over the most undervalued dividend stocks to buy now, how to invest on a dip with low risk and set up the RSI and EMA. I'm showing you that right now, and how to find growing dividends. First thing first, the RSI and the EMA are 2 of the best indicators you need for like long-term investing. On a lot of YouTube channels, you may see more indicators, you may see less. If you see more than 3 indicators, run away. If you see more than 3, run away. Because honestly, they all tell you the same thing, and it's like the more you use, the more noise you will hear. It's like, bro, I can have over 6 indicators on my screen right now, but they all telling me the same thing. And it's like, just because they telling me more, it don't mean it more effective or a more proficient strategy. But this strategy right here is gonna work. I'm gonna show y'all. It's simple. Go to indicators. First, go to TradingView, go to indicators, type in EMA, moving average exponential. Then you wanna type in RSI, relative strength index. Once you click on those, you're gonna go to your settings and click inputs and put it on 200. This is going to make sure this line is calculating the past 200 candles. The default might be 10 or something, but you don't want it on 10. The longer you're holding your investment, the higher time frame you want to use, and the 200 is being the longest and the best. Then I use 50 for maybe short term or swing trading. 50 or either 100 work great as well. Set up the RSI right here, hit settings, and then I'm gonna tell you this, 14, and the RSI gonna calculate the last 14 candles. But this is how the RSI works basically. Let me show y'all real quick. This is how the RSI works basically. But the RSI works because it tells you if something is overbought and overvalued, or undersold and oversold. If it's above 70, that means selling pressure may come. It's overvalued, it may fall, as you see here, and then it fell. If you see it at the bottom or near the bottom, it means oversold, undervalued. It could bounce. See how it was at the 200 EMA? That's how the 200 EMA and 200 EMA again. That's how the 200 EMA will help you. These are other dividend ETF holdings. Let me go over this. Let me slow down. Let me slow down before I go. Okay, let's look at some of these things. What is in this SCHD ETF? Well, mainly dividend stocks. 99% stocks, 1% bonds. Inception rate 2011. Expense ratio is 0.06. Who owns it? Charge Squad. Y'all might have Charge Squad. It follows the Dow Jones US Dividend 100. So all the companies in it is great. You know, the DGIA, it been growing since the 1800s. So yeah, this is another dividend ETF. We'll go over, you know, expense 6%. What is it paying? 2.5%. Oh yeah, let's go over this. This is important too. Let me slow down. 3.8% dividend. That's what it's paying yearly. So it's like every $1,000 you invest is going to pay you what, $38 and $8 alone, plus on top of appreciation. So that's what makes dividends so great. So if you would have bought it this 200 EMA, you would have been up 8%. Plus you would have got paid dividends. What the dividend ex-dividend date was September 4th. You would have got paid 26 cents per share. So every $1,000 you invest in SCHD, it'll potentially grow $38 a year. That's great though, because what is the ex-dividend date? I got that on the slideshow for y'all. These are some of the holders in SCHD. Some of the holders are the top biggest companies in the world, you know. Chevron, PepsiCo, Western Union, Wendy's. Who like Wendy's, bro? If y'all like Wendy's, let me know. Flowers, RHI. Hey, this company is right beside my hometown. I didn't know that, but where Flowers at? Where is it? Where is it, bro? Just because my hometown's small, I wasn't really expecting that. Look, Target though, Hershey's. Look, these are the top biggest companies in the world, LMT, and that's what SCHD holds. And these companies, all their dividends been growing consistently. But yeah, let's get into this. What are dividends? The best dividend ETF. Key takeaway: a dividend is a distribution of a company earnings eligible to shareholders. Many companies don't pay dividends and instead retain their earnings to be invested back into companies. To be invested back into the company. A dividend is the distribution of corporate profits to qualified shareholders as determined by the company's board of directors. So essentially, if you own UPS, right, they'll pay you 7.8% for owning them a year. So basically, let's do the math. If you got $1,000 invested in UPS, the company itself is going to pay you 7.84% a year. So that's $78.40 just off of dividends, just off of what their retained earnings. But look, not only that though, that won't be your only profit, because as the share price appreciates, that's also another check. But the name of the game is to always reinvest the dividends and just let it compound and let it build as the portfolio build, and to never sell, never sell. Pull out, when you got over 3 million in dividends, then you're gonna be able to pull out 50 to 100K, and your portfolio is still gonna be growing like so much that it won't even dent you, feel me? It won't dent nothing. But dividend paying companies are larger, established companies with predictable profits. They're often the best dividend payers. Companies within the following industry sectors maintain a regular record of dividend payments. These sectors right here, I need to hurry up, man. Important dividend dates. These are important dividend dates. The ex-dividend date that we just saw on the last screen is the date on which the dividend eligibility expires. It's called the ex-dividend date, or simply the X date. So you gotta buy the stock before the X date. So if you don't own UPS before the X date, you won't get paid on this dividend. Dividends are paid usually quarterly. Every 3 months they're paid, and that's how UPS do it. Every 3 months they pay. If you don't own it before, August 18th, you wasn't getting paid for the dividend for this quarter, for that quarter. Dividend kings are elite stocks that have increased their dividends for at least 50 consecutive years, a rare achievement that showcases resilience through virtually every economic challenge imaginable. From recessions and market crashes, inflations, and shifting consumer trends, these companies have consistently rewarded shareholders with higher payouts. So they're consistently profitable over the past 50 years. So the same way the U.S. economy has been growing over the past 50 years, despite these corrections and pullbacks and crashes, the companies within SCHD, they have been just as resilient as the U.S. economy. Well, the ones who still in it and ain't get kicked out, because there are some bad dividend stocks. Like AMC is one of the worst dividend stocks. Look, they was paying good dividends in 2015, paying $1. Okay, let me invest in them. They paying the $1 dividend. Then look, it went down to zero here, 108. Went back to zero. Now let's check it out. That was 2022. Now they stopped. Now let's check out they stock. Trash. This is trash. Look at this. This is trash. First off, if they ain't got no track record of a steady dividend, don't touch them. Well, you can touch them, but they need a steady track record of being profitable and keeping it up, because AMC did not keep theirs up. Look, back here in 2020, paying a dividend 3 cents a share. Look, they was worth $35 a share. Now they worth $2 a share. So it's like, you could have. What if you invested back here? You was getting 20 cents per dividend at $156 a share. Then it drops down to 20 cents a share at $42. And now, would you still be bag holding? Like, this was a terrible dividend investment. But as you can tell, companies with a track record of a dividend that's been increasing over the past 10 years, that's something that's touchable. Let's check it out. We're gonna check that out next. The benefits of dividend aristocrats. Some investors prefer the thrill of owning the latest high-flying stock, but what dividend aristocrats lack in flash, they make up for in many other ways. That's true. Steady income, inflation fighting, resilience, outperformance, compounding. Let's see. SCHD is a popular dividend ETF for passive income. Yes, it's the best. These are the other ETFs right here that the dividend ETF that are good. This one is owned by Vanguard right here. This one is owned by BlackRock right here. Let's see what we got next. Yeah, it tracks the Dow Jones US Dividend 100 Index. With a track record of consistent growing payouts and strong business fundamentals, those criteria mean that most of the stocks held in SCHD tend to be large companies with impressive cash flows. They got impressive cash flows, they are profitable. If you ain't investing in a company that's profitable, that's paying dividends, they're gonna be like AMC. So yeah, let's keep going. All right, SCHD offers an above average dividend at a low cost. Current dividend yield is around 3.9% above average for the past 5 years. These are the top 10 holdings as of June 27. Also, Motley Fool, as you see, Motley Fool is my source for this slide. My source for this slide is, look him up. Just look at that title. The one for this one is Investopedia. So, I was gonna put it in my own words, but at the same time, I'm gonna use my sources so it's like we can all see from the same source and actually learn from economical people with degrees. This is the last slide. We're finna go back over now. I gotta hurry up. This video 14 minutes. What's next? The most undervalued dividend stocks to buy now. These are the most valued ones to buy now. Look at this. They're all oversold. on the RSI on the higher time frame. Oversold on the monthly. The last time it was oversold, it ripped. It's at this demand area. It reacted multiple times at this area. It ran up here, bounced here, ran up here. It's here again. So it has multiple reactions to this demand area. It's a great company fundamentally. They're working on growing their profits, and they're paying out great dividends. And I got some cheese in them. Clorox is next. Clorox is holding this demand area. Clorox was oversold on the weekly time frame, and it's holding it. It's holding this area very well. It held this area previously and bounced. It held this area there, held there. Well, it's been holding it over the past decade. It's oversold. It's also holding this 200 EMA on the monthly. Yeah, it never broke below it, but yeah, during pandemics, this stock is very resilient. It's a consumer non-durable, so it's like their profits aren't going anywhere. RHI is actually in the SCHD holdings. Yeah, it's not one of the top holdings, but it's in here. Oh, here it go right here. How much is it? Let's see. What percent is this? Weight. Oh, it's 0.14%. That's lightweight. But yeah, their dividend yield is 6.9%. Clorox is 4%. UPS is 7.8%. But yeah, let's check them out. They're oversold on the monthly as well. Last couple times they did that, they reacted beautifully. They've been holding at 200. It's gonna be time for them to come back up and test that 200 and actually hold it and go back to new highs. But yeah, bounce here, bounce here. And then we got Target. Target dividend yield is 5%. Got this old resistance here. Boom, boom, boom. Yeah, let's see what's next, because I ain't trying to make it too long. I want this to be on the 18. How to invest. I did that. How to find growing dividends. Okay, this is how to find growing dividends. Go to FinViz, type in the ticker symbol, go to the bottom, and we're just gonna look at these numbers. It's gonna give you the last 10 years. You need to see the last 20 to 25 years. But look, check it out. Just look at the numbers. It's been increasing. Look up, let's look up Target. And look at the numbers. 2015 was at 56 cents. It's been increasing. Sometimes it'll shift throughout the year, so you wanna look real close. Because it'll shift throughout the year. You wanna make sure there ain't nothing doing nothing fugazi. So yeah, you can see it right there. But yeah, this is how SCHD is one of the greatest dividend ETFs. This is how you find the undervalued dividend stocks to buy. This is how you invest in them, and this is how you make sure they're growing. Appreciate y'all for tapping in. I'm done.